KP4MD, KN6QNJ. Copy, thanks, Carol. Good evening, this is James. Kilo November 6, Quebec November Juliet, your net control operator for the River City ARC's Slow Scan TV Net. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on the N6NA repeater on 441.30 megahertz. River City ARC's members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. If you wish to join the net or need to make a call at any time, please announce your call sign between transmissions and net control will acknowledge you. If an emergency should arise and you need the repeater, please contact the net control by saying break, break. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call sign using the recognized ITU phonetic alphabet and their name. I'll recognize each station before continuing. Any station who wishes to check into this evening's net, please come now.
November 6, Papa Golf Quebec, Bob.
Neil, Kilo Lima 7, Hotel Quebec, Romeo.
Kilo Papa 4, Mike Delta, Carol.
We have Bob, N6PGQ, and Neil, KL7HQR, and Carol, KP4MD. Are there any other stations that would like to check in tonight? Hearing none. Bob, are you ready to transmit?
Okay, this is PD 120.
N6PGQ, Bob, that is a great photo, and I think I know what that is because I saw it at Pacificon, so I'll let others comment first who probably also know what it is. Neil, KL7HQR.
KL7HQR, Unfortunately, I have gremlins here. Could not copy. I had to disconnect myself from YouTube, so I cannot even see what was sent in YouTube. And so keep going. I'll keep on trying to see if I can get at least a receive to work tonight. Please go ahead.
Copy that. Okay, Carol, KP4MD.
Yeah, hello. 1, 2. Okay, here I am. This is KP4MD. This is. I recognize the blue drapes in the back there as probably something at in one of the vendor rooms there at Pacificon. Now this device looks like a wooden box, and I could see what looks like just some old type of teletype keys in the very lower part of that picture. And this, I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm thinking this is one of the wheels that were used for decoding or encoding spy messages during World War II, something like an Enigma machine. This is what I'm guessing. I might be wrong, but this is my guess. Back to Nets, KP4MD.
KP4MD, this is KN6QNJ. Yes, I think it is the Enigma machine that was on display. And I know a little bit about these, but I had never seen one up and running and actually like working with lights and etc. But Bob, can you tell us more? I assume this is the key that sets the code for the day. N6PGQ, go ahead.
Yeah, this is one of 5 wheels that would be included with an Enigma machine. 3 wheels were used in this particular Enigma machine. So you would choose 3 of the 5, and this is the contact side, and on the other side of the wheel are spring-loaded pins that mate with the contact in the next wheel, so that the wiring is all done internally. You don't have any wires catching or anything to that effect. You would drop that into the machine with the code of the day, and then on the front of the machine are a series of patch cables that you would plug in. They had 10 of them, and they used 10 all the time. The light bulbs are flat on the top, and when you push the typewriter key down, it lights up one of the lights on the top of the machine. And if we have some time, I have a picture of the machine itself. We could send that. Let me drop this for a second. A couple of interesting things I found out is that one of the ways they were able to break the code is that if you pushed a letter, it would not choose itself as one of the results. So if you pushed the A key down, it would, rotate through different lights that would light up the letter that you're going to send off, with Morse code, and but it wouldn't choose itself. So that was one of the ways they broke it, and so it was there in its glory, and you could actually play with the thing and poke the typewriter keys and watch the lights flash. And this one's probably worth somewhere around $300,000. So they are giving those suckers away. N6PGQ.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Let me see if there's any other questions, and check KL7HQR. Are you up and running?
I guess I could. Boy, it looks like I missed a good picture. Let me give it a quick try. I'm just going to see first if there is a tone.
We did get a tone. Before we move to your photo, Neil, I just want to see, Carol, do you have any other questions for Bob?
No. Excellent picture. Thank you.
Okay, Neil, you're clear to go. Please go ahead, KL7HQR.
Crossing fingers. PD120.
KL7HQR, KN6QNJ. My copy of that street art came through really well. A great rendition onto my computer. Be very curious to hear more about this. Bob, go ahead, N6PGQ.
Yeah, the quality's really, really good, Neil. Street artist has a spray can in his right hand and looks like some kind of a bug or something to that effect. I'm not familiar with insects that much, but what I think is interesting is his 3D effect on that, and it probably is just painted on the concrete. Have people standing around, you see their feet. Picture's very, very good quality, very few pixel pops, N6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob. Carol, KP4MD.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. It looks like some kind of a fly, and I am guessing that this is painted in what they call a distorted perspective on the ground, so that it gives an appearance, a different appearance when it's looked at it at a specific angle. I forget exactly what they call that, but that's a special kind of an optical illusion. But it came through very well. I didn't see hardly any pixel pops. Back to you.
Thanks, Carol. Neil, KL7HQR, where is this? The way the 3D pops is amazing on that wasp. I guess it's a wasp.
KL7HQR. Yeah, I'm glad that it worked. That at least I'm transmitting. I hope that my receiving will be back in again. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly where that is. This is one of many that I received many years ago from a friend, and it's just one of those PowerPoints or slideshows and he has a series of these on the street. There's a lot more on sand as well, and sand sculptures, and some of them on ice. And if you guys don't mind, for the next couple of weeks, I'll send at least one or two of those. And the perspective is quite incredible, and it is painted with crayons. If you look carefully down by the gentleman's knees, you see a box there with some crayons, and it's just pastel colors. And I was amazed on not only the 3D effect, but also on the fidelity of the variation, the gradation of the colors in there. So I wish I knew what it was. So anyway, back to that.
Thanks, Neil. Well, it's very cool. Really impressive. Any questions for Neil before we move to Carol? Okay, KP4MD, go ahead if you're ready.
Okay, this will be PD 120.
KP4MD, well, I saw you in at that very table, in that very place, and it almost looks like a picture I could have taken if I had taken a picture. Neil, KL7HQR, go ahead.
It's KL7HQR. Yeah, very good copy. So my receiving is working, and unfortunately, I could not go to the Pacific Con this year. But I've seen, in the past, I've seen Carol there, and what I see here in the picture is she is on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side of the observer. There is a lady that I'm trying to see the call letters. No, I cannot make the call letters on her badge, but both of them with dark clothes. Carol with like dark green, and she's in black. Young ladies, Radio League YLRL. Very few pops, and very good copy. And boy, I wish I had gone back to that.
Thanks, Neil. Bob, N6PGQ. This is KN6QNJ for ID.
Well, everybody's pretty much gotten it. It's the Young Ladies Radio League table at Pacificon in the hallway, and good quality, not very many pixel pops, and that's about all I can say. N6PGQ.
Copy. Carol, who was that woman you were with? I don't know if we actually got a chance to meet.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. That's Tina Madsen. Her call sign is Kilo Kilo 6 Kilo Sierra Yankee. And she lives in Union City. It's over in the Bay Area. And she is actually one of the founders of the Ladies of the Net, which is the HF net on 40 meters. Monday through Thursday on 7245. Lower sideband, 10 a.m. So she founded that together with a couple of the other ladies there that met at Pacificon. And she helps out at the table. And we were actually sharing a hotel room. It was easier for her to attend the events, although she could have commuted. The problem with commuting back and forth to Pacificon is that you can't find parking because the parking lot is absolutely full to capacity. And so she got there Thursday evening, the same time I did, and left on Sunday. So she enjoyed the full 3 days of the convention. And I have to say, the convention is not up to full capacity yet. I think it's still recovering from the effects of the pandemic, and we should be hopefully next year up a little higher in attendance. But it was definitely an improvement over last year, because last year had restrictions as to wearing masks and all that sort of thing. Back to you, James. This is Caleb Papa for Mike Delta.
Thanks, Carol, KN6QNJ. Well, it was my first Pacificon and my first really ham convention, and I enjoyed it, but I look forward to next year. I'll also probably try to plan to spend at least one night next year, because I think I wasn't there long enough to really take advantage of the different panels and the speakers, so I'm looking forward to that. Bob N6PGQ or Neil KL7HQR. Any more comments?
Everybody's covered it pretty well. Glad to see Pacificon's coming back. N6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob. Neil, you doubled with Bob.
Nothing. I just said no further question. Maybe we can convoy as a group next year.
That would be nice. I'd like that. If you're all ready, I'll send a picture. Stand by.
Okay. Let me take a look at this picture. Interesting. I don't know. Looks like a bunch of. It looks like some kind of concrete. I can't tell what those things are. Um, some kind of. It looks concrete, but something. It looks like a. Um, something like an archaeological find because some of the there are four things that could be possibly. I have no idea what these are. Um, there's four things that look equivalent as that have like a little window you could see through and a little cover, as if it was like something that you would set some statues in, something like that. And then there are a couple of pillars, one which looks like it's both of them probably are broken because they look like they're kind of jagged on the top. And then there's two other pillars over to the right that are complete that are supporting some kind of an overhang. This is extremely curious. Some kind of an archaeological find or recreation of something archaeological. Back to Nets, KP4MD.
KB4MD, KN6QNJ, Neil, KL7HQR.
Yeah, KL7HQR. Well, just like Carol, very curious. When you first start coming down and the top right-hand side starts showing, I thought it was the edge of a very dry, rocky mountain. And then as you completed, as Carrie said, it's an overhang of some kind. Concrete is a possibility. Maybe it's a 13th century representations on an internet cafe, and those are what's remaining of their computers at that time, and all the machines and the screens have gone. No, but it is a very arid area. I don't think we're talking about Tuscany here. Lots of plants that seem to be very dry soil. There is what appears to be a more modern building behind with some glass. So the reception was good. The interpretation, though, is going to be waiting for some help. Back to that.
Thanks, Neil. Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, it's obviously not Stonehenge, but you can almost see, at least from my vantage, a covered walkway leading to the very tall cement block. I'm going to be interested to find out what it is. It looks like it's in a very arid area, either that or we're in a drought and people aren't putting grass there. Good picture. Very few pixel pops, just a couple up in the blue sky. N6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob, Neil, and Carol. I took this picture this afternoon. I was in Riverside for work at my work's new lab and office building. And as you, I think all know, I work for the state doing air quality regulation. And this is a sculpture representing from the right to the left the gradual disuse of gasoline fuel. So each of those are fuel pumps, and if you could see them with more detail, they actually show the different fuel types and a $3.25 price per gallon. But they gradually are decayed from not being used. This is sort of the vision of my agency as we move to electric and hydrogen vehicles. Bob, any comments?
Well, now that you mention it, I can see that. They obviously are more modern gas pumps than the old globe type. Very interesting. Interesting that there's that political statement there. N6PGQ.
Neil, KL7HQR.
No comments, but you went all the way down to Riverside. Do you fly down there? I spent 5.5 years at San Bernardino with the Norton Air Force Base, and Riverside was a very well-known area for me.
Yeah, I flew down there Monday morning and came back this evening just before the net. And I took a bunch of other pictures, which I'll probably share over time, of our laboratories and things. Well, now I just gave it all away. But anyway, I thought these would be great for slow scan TV. Yeah, so we recently built this down there right next to UCR. And certainly when we get together, we can talk more about what this statement represents. Carol, KP4MG.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. I can see it's trying to portray in the future, in the distant future, the way we will look back on internal combustion engines. I don't know if that's really a political statement. It's, gee whiz, you go to a museum and you see old technology, 8-track tapes. Well, just go to Goodwill, you get to see those 8-track tapes. Victrolas and stuff. I don't think that's political. It's just the progress of technology. And gee whiz, typewriters. Hardly anybody has a typewriter anymore, and I don't think that the absence of those is any kind of political statement. It's just the transition of technology over.
Thanks, Carol. Yeah. Actually, part of the irony is that the first automobiles were all electric, so we're actually going full circle. But I'm glad you all enjoyed the picture. When you see it with a better quality photo, you can see a lot more of the detail in it. If you had been able to see that, you all would have probably recognized right away what those were. And no, it was not Tuscany or Stonehenge, so I like that. Also, a few weeks ago, I showed a picture of what a shot that I thought my wife took from her hotel room. I'm still pretty sure it's her photo, but now I've even begun to wonder whether that shot that I think Bob or Neil said might have been photoshopped actually might have been photoshopped. I asked her about it, and she's not sure, if she took the picture. This is KN6QNJ. Bob, N6PGQ. Do you want to send one more photo of the Enigma machine?
Or let me pull it up real quick.
Somewhere around here I have my dad's Smith Corona typewriter that I did my master's thesis on, and that he used to do his dissertation. So not completely extinct and probably functional if I could find a ribbon.
Okay, well this one will be ready, and it's PD-120.
Utilization of this SSTV equipment.
Bob and Neil, you collided. Neil, go ahead, and then I think Bob's getting ready to transmit.
Okay, now I have a question about my problem here, but we can do that. Let Bob send the picture first, and then we can talk.
Okay, Bob, go ahead. N6PGQ. I got beautiful copy here, just a few pixel pops on the left side on the blue tablecloth, but great photo. It'll be interesting to hear a little more about the provenance of this device, Neil KL7HQR.
KL7HQR. Yeah, I got a good copy this time, and very, very interesting. I don't think I have seen a picture of this machine before. I've, of course, read a lot about it, but I don't think I've seen a picture, and it must have been exciting to have a chance to learn a little bit. Feels like go back in history and read a little bit about the history of this thing. Yeah, good copy and good picture. Back to that.
Thanks, Neil. KP4MD, Carol.
Yes, very nice picture. Hardly any pixel pops. I think I see just about 5 of them on the tabletop to the left of the Enigma machine, but beautiful picture. Back to net.
Thanks, Carol. All right, N6PGQ, Bob, tell us more about this machine. It's for me, it strikes so many things I know about in history. It's just really cool to see.
Okay, well, I don't know how much I can tell. If you see the up at the top, there are 3 wheels, and they have the numbers on them that you would preset when you get your code book. There's a lever at the very top left of the machine that you pull down, and that releases the wheels so that you can pull them out and replace them with another one. The toothed gear that you see between the second and third wheel goes through the top. This is a picture of it with the top open, and when you close it, the top has little slits in it for the wheel so that you can turn it and set it. And then below the wheels are a bank of light bulbs. And if you look on the right, you'll see there's an empty light bulb, and that one is used for testing the bulbs. When you go to put a new bulb in or something, you want to make sure it works. So you put it in there, you flip the rocker switch that's above the light bulbs on the right, and the light lights up and you replace the old one. When you close it, there's little windows with letters on them, and when you push the key down, the letter lights up. So there's a clip on the cover, and you put the information you're going to send on the clip, and then start typing, and you would then receive it and write. When you receive, you'd write the letters in 5-word code groups and send it off to the captain or whoever is going to be reading the information. And you can see, if you look real carefully, the electric plugs in the very front. It all folds up into a nice box, and one of the interesting things was the code sheets are in a little sort of a booklet that has holes punched in the booklet, and the code paper disintegrates very, very quickly in water. So if you were captured or anything like that, your job is to get the code book into the water so people don't know the codes of the day. And without the correct codes, you don't know where to set the wheel. And it's supposedly virtually unbreakable, but it didn't prove that. So interestingly, after the war, we gave a lot of these things to our allies because it was supposedly unbreakable, and they were then spied upon by the United States. N6PGQ.
Thank you, Bob. There's so many good stories. Carol, any more questions?
No, not at all. Thank you for sharing the picture.
Neil, questions for Bob?
No question for Bob, KL7HQR. And but this is going. It's a good idea to go along with what I proposed the other night about using our individual knowledge and expertise, so we all can share and learn a little bit from each other. That was a good example. So good. I appreciate it, Bob. Thanks. And I have a question on the operation of this device, of the SSTV.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the problem that I'm having, I have a laptop that I've used it before. I go through the sound setup from the signal link, set up for the windows and the sounds and the system sounds and etc. And everything works okay. When I plug the external screen and I turn on the YouTube, that I'm monitoring the YouTube, there is an interference on the receiving signal, which starts triggering my signal link. I've done a complete reset of the sounds, but it's still going on. I unplugged the external screen and I shut down the windows that was collecting the YouTube, and everything works okay. So anybody has any idea why the operation of the YouTube monitoring is affecting this?
KN6QNJ here. It could be, but I'll be interested to hear what Carol and Bob say. Something related to the sound card in your computer and a potential conflict with the signal link once you start listening to YouTube on your computer. Bob, I'll start with you, N6PGQ. What are your thoughts?
Well, I know you have to change the sound out from either the built-in speakers or other speakers to your USB port. So maybe one of them's not releasing the information to the other, or when you restart it, it captures it, changes your setting for your signal link, N6PGQ.
Carol, KP4MD.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. I would suggest if you're trying to monitor what's coming through on YouTube on the same exact computer that you're running SSTV, I would click the mute audio inside the YouTube window, so you don't get that audio coming out of YouTube. If that might make a difference. Over.
Sounds interesting, Carol. Where exactly is the mute audio for the YouTube? I was looking for that.
Okay, well, you go over the window that's playing, and I believe if you put your cursor over the left lower corner, you'll have the play and pause button that appears, and just to the right of that, you'll see a little speaker that you can click on, and if you do that, it'll draw a cross line through it, and it'll mute it. Over.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the pause and play, but I haven't seen that. Okay, that's going to be my my next test next Wednesday. I'm going to make sure. If nothing else, I have another laptop here that I can start monitoring the YouTube on that laptop separate. But anyway, it was intriguing, and that sounds like a good potential. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Back to Nat. Good Nat tonight.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks, everybody. I want to thank everybody who participated in tonight's Slow Scan TV Net. We hope to see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. The net is officially closed at 9:46 p.m. Pacific Time. This is James, KN6QNJ, wishing all of you a good evening. Thanks, everybody.